Hello again to anyone and no one who accidentally clicked on this video, and welcome to my Mario Kart Wave 5 wishlist video. In this video I'm going to be showcasing the tracks that I'd like to see in Wave 5 of the Booster Course Pass. Note that this won't be like an accurate prediction list because a lot of the tracks have already been leaked for Wave 5 and Wave 6. Actually, most of the tracks in the Booster Course Pass were leaked like way back when the first wave came out. Like you had like the music leak, the banner leak, the prefixes leak, and all that stuff. So this isn't going to be like a prediction list like what I honestly think will be in Wave 5 and 6 because most of those have been leaked already. But this is just going to be a wish list, just tracks that I'd like to see come back in Mario Kart, whether it's realistic or not. So I decided to pick one track from each of the 8 previous Mario Kart games. I will not be playing my 3DS or Tour track that I put in this wish list because I have no way to play that and be able to like put on in the video. I just have no way to capture the footage from my 3DS or from my iPhone. But the other 6 tracks, I'll be playing those, and yeah. I also won't be including tracks that I have previously predicted. For example, 3DS Shy Guy Bazaar was on my Wave 4 wish list. It's not in the Booster Pass still. I don't think it will be, but it won't be on today's wish list. It's just a bunch of newer tracks because every wave I do a wish list video. So the tracks that compose this wish list for Wave 5 are just tracks that I haven't really talked about before and don't have anything to do with the leaks or anything, whether it's realistic or not. Just tracks I'd like to see. So let's just get things started. The first track that I have actually is DK's N64 DK Jungle Parkway. So I have that up as the first track in the Feather Cup for Wave 5. So let's just get it going. I think this track was brought back for the Wii. It was too. Yeah, I don't think we'll actually see this track in the Booster Course Pass. Actually, according to the prefix leak, there's no more N64 tracks. I think there's only 2 N64 tracks in the Booster Course Pass. There was Choco Mountain, which was in Wave 1, and then they did Calamari Desert in Wave 2. And I don't believe there was any in Wave 3 or 4, and according to the prefixes leak, if that is to be believed, and so far it's been like pretty accurate, the prefix leak. According to that, there are no more N64 tracks. Plus, we just got DK Summit. We got the Wii's DK Summit in the last wave. So I don't think we'll see another. Well, I think there's a chance we see DK Mountain from Double Dash, because I believe we're supposed to be getting like 3 more Double Dash courses in the next 2 waves. So one of the waves will have 2 Double Dash courses actually, according to the prefix leak. And a couple things were shuffled around because apparently apparently Maple Treeway wasn't supposed to come out to Wave 6, but it traded spots with Waluigi Stadium or something. So some things were shuffled around, but for the most part that prefix leak's been pretty accurate. So we'll see what they do. But yeah, there's supposed to be 3 more Double Dash tracks. And if they were remade in Tour, there's a much higher chance that they'll be in the Booster Course Pass because most of the tracks, like 90% of the tracks in the Booster Course Pass, are also in Tour. So the other Double Dash tracks that are in Tour that aren't in this game yet, that people think will be part of the Booster Course Pass, there's like Daisy Cruiser, there's DK Mountain, Mushroom Bridge was just added. So I could see that one actually. But yeah, DK Mountain would be a pretty good pick, but again, we just got DK Summit, so I'm not sure, but I could see them doing that. But I really don't see them actually putting DK Jungle Parkway in there at all. But it'd be fun if we saw this track. This was Pretty fun track in my opinion, back in my N64 days. 5th place. Alright, let's move on to the next one. Alright, the next track on my wish list is Cheep Cheep Island from the Game Boy Advance from Mario Kart Super Circuit. So I actually really like this track quite a lot. I just think it's so cool. You have the giant Cheep Cheeps in the background. The Tour remake was pretty cool too. Like in Tour, same thing. You have like their giant Cheep Cheeps that jump up. I think in Tour they can get you on the bridge. I might be wrong about that. I don't really play that much of Mario Kart Tour. Just seen a little bit of footage here and there. I played a little bit of it, but not really a big fan of Tour. I don't think this track will actually be part of the Booster Pass though. So according to the prefix leak, we're only going to be getting one more GBA track, and it's pretty much guaranteed to be Sunset Wilds, which is also a pretty great track. So I'm not disappointed. Sunset Wilds was actually on my that actually was part of my official prediction video way back when they announced the Booster Course Pass. I made a big video about all the tracks I was kind of expecting or hoping to see in the DLC. But yeah, so yeah, Sunset Wilds is pretty great. It's got killer music. I love how each lap the sun sets a little bit more and it's like nighttime by the last lap. It's really cool. So I'm not disappointed. Like, and that was part of the music leak too. Like the music in Sunset Wilds was leaked. So it's like guaranteed. Like Sunset Wilds is for sure part of the Booster Course Pass. So I don't think we're gonna see Cheep Cheep Island. But that's okay. Maybe we'll see it like maybe it'll get like a really good remake in Mario Kart 9 or the next official Mario Kart, whatever that is. They might just call it Mario Kart 10. I think Mario Kart Tour might have just taken the Mario Kart 9 title or whatever. I know it's an iOS game. Like for your phone and stuff, but I don't know, a lot of people are considering it like one of the... I still consider it a spin-off. Like, I don't really consider Tour Mario Kart 9, but a lot of people do consider Tour Mario Kart 9. And a lot of the tracks are being remade for the DLC in the Booster Course Pass, so I don't know. It's up to you, like, I guess. We'll see what Nintendo does in the future, but I think the next console Mario Kart should just be Mario Kart 9, or maybe it'll just have its own subtitle. But anyway, yeah, that's Cheep Cheep Island. Pretty fun track, in my opinion, one of my favorite GBA tracks, and let's move on to the next one. Alright, so the next track on my wishlist is the Wii's Dry Ruins. So, this is an interesting track to me because this is a track that really grew on me more over the years. Wasn't really a huge fan of it at first. I'm not really the biggest desert fan either. Maybe it's just me, but I find a lot of desert tracks in Mario Kart. I found a lot of them kind of boring. Like the one on the GameCube. I actually didn't mind the one on the GameCube, but the one from Double Dash. But I think I like the original better than the Mario Kart 8's remake. I forget what it's called. I think it's just called Dry Desert. So Dry Desert from Double Dash. I like that one better than Mario Kart 8's remake, just because in the remake they took away like the twister, the tornado that's in the track. They took out the big monster that's in the pit, the sinkhole. I don't know. And like there was what was the one for Mario Kart 8? Bone Dry Desert or something. Don't really love that track either. Anyway, yeah, I don't know. I'm not really the biggest desert guy, but this one's probably one of my favorite desert tracks in all of Mario Kart, and I think over the years it grew on me a lot more. I really like the mechanic at the end, where the sand pit, it gets bigger with every lap. It's kind of cool, like by the last lap you can't really go in it. Now for this wish list, I was really in between picking this track or Moonview Highway, because Moonview Highway is another really great track. And now it's kind of a coin toss. Like I was so back and forth between Dry Ruins and Moonview Highway when I was preparing this video. But I just gave the slight edge to Dry Ruins because as much as I love Moonview Highway, there's already so many city tracks in Mario Kart 8. They're like with we could. Oh my god, that was so cool! I did like an ultra shortcut. Anyway, kind of fudge that up. Anyway, there are so many tour tracks in Mario Kart 8 now with the DLC. So many city tracks that I just think maybe it would be better to hold off on some of the city tracks. You know, and we're going to be getting we'll be getting a lot more city tracks and stuff in the last two waves. Like, I'm pretty sure every single tour track was like leaked to come to the Booster Course Pass. See here, like in the last lap, you can't go in the middle anymore, and for some reason Mario decided to go in the middle. But yeah, so if it was up to me, I would wait for like Mario Kart 9 to like give Moonview Highway like a really good remake, and just throw Dry Ruins in the Booster Course Pass. And Dry Ruins was just added to Mario Kart Tour. It was just remade in Mario Kart Tour, so there's actually a pretty good chance that we will see, because I think there's two or three more. I think there's two more Wii tracks coming in the Booster Course Pass. One of them for sure is Koopa Cape, because that was leaked, and we don't really know what the other one is as far as I remember. But there's a good chance it'll be this one actually, Dry Ruins. Actually, no, it's probably going to be Rainbow Road. It's probably going to be the Wii's Rainbow Road, because the very last track in the whole Booster Course Pass is ending with the Wii track. We know that for sure, so it's probably the Wii's Rainbow Road, just like how Wave 3 ended with the Rainbow Road. They like to, you know, you always want to end it with the Rainbow Road, so that makes sense. So maybe we won't see this one, Dry Ruins, unless there's 3 more Wii tracks. But there's only 2 more waves, so you'll see. I don't quite remember what the prefixes are. Maybe there's 3 more in the next 2 waves, but anyway, that's my Wii pick. Let's move on to the next race. Alright, and my final prediction, or wish list, the last track I have for the Feather Cup is Wario Colosseum from the GameCube Nintendo. So, Double Dash's Wario Colosseum, this is a pretty cool track actually. I think this has always been one of my favorites from Double Dash. I mean, there's a lot of great Double Dash tracks. I mean, like, obviously DK Mountain is really great. And well, Mushroom City is pretty cool. Yoshi's Island is like a classic. Baby Park is pretty good too. So there's a few pretty great Double Dash tracks, but this one in particular has never been remade. A lot of the other popular tracks like Daisy Cruiser, DK Mountain, a lot of these tracks have been remade in Tour, which is why I think it's likely that, because there's 3 more tracks coming from Double Dash in the Booster Course Pass, and I think it could be Daisy Cruiser, DK Mountain, Mushroom Bridge, and then I think there was like 1 more, and then there'll be like 3 of those 4, or maybe it was those 3 that most people think it'll be. But like I said, there are a few tracks in the Booster Course Pass that they remake for the first time, like Shroom Ridge in Wave 1 was remade for the first time. Like, it wasn't remade in Tour, they just remade it for Mario Kart 8. So they could throw a surprise in there, like remake Wario Colosseum for the Booster Course Pass, but I don't see that happening. Most tracks are from Tour, and well, a lot of them have been leaked already too, and like there's been no mention about Wario Colosseum, and there's only 2 waves left. So I really don't expect to see this at all, but it's a pretty cool track. There's only 2 laps because it's so long of a race. It's cool, like this part here, just the big spiral. It's like a big roller coaster. Then you have that huge jump at the end. It's a really cool track, actually. Like a pretty hectic track. So this is another one where I would love to see it like come back into all of its glory in Mario Kart 9, like with the top to bottom remake, you know. So maybe we'll see this one like Mario Kart 9. We'll see it someday get remade, but I don't really think we'll actually see it in the Booster Course Pass. It's a pretty fun track though. Yeah, this part's cool. They like perfectly do that. Coming up to the end. Yeah, I think this is the only track in Mario Kart history where it's only 2 laps. No, no, no. Yes, I actually won. Okay, pretty sick. Alright, well that's my GameCube pick. And that's the Feather Cup. Those are my first 4 tracks. So let's move on to my next 4 tracks, part of the Cherry Cup. Alright, so the first track that I have for the Cherry Cup, it's my Mario Kart Tour pick, and I just went with Piranha Plant Slide, which is a newer track in Mario Kart Tour. It was just added, I think a couple months ago. It's a nitro track. It's not based on a city, which is cool because most of the tracks in Tour are based on cities. But like I said when I was playing Dry Dry Ruins, there's so many city tracks in Mario Kart 8, and Mario Kart Tour just is mostly city tracks, so I'm getting kind of bored of them. So I just picked the Piranha Plant Slide track, which looked pretty cool. I don't know if I've ever played that one, because I don't play Tour that much, but I've seen like footage of it. It looks pretty cool. I think that one was also confirmed to come to Mario Kart 8. I think literally every single Tour track was going to make it into the Booster Course Pass. The Booster Course Pass is mostly Tour tracks. So yes, I do expect to see that one in Wave 5 or 6, probably 5. And we have like 5 more characters coming, because remember last wave when they added Birdo? They added Birdo, but there's 5 more character slots in there. One of them's probably going to be PD Piranha. So I'm actually expecting to see PD Piranha as a character, and he will be introduced in whatever wave they do Piranha Plant Slide. So I do expect to see that one actually. But like I said at the top of the video, I won't be playing this track because I don't have any way to capture the footage from my phone, even if I if I got it working and all that. I don't have any way, so just take that for what you will. So on my list, as the first track in the Cherry Cup, and then moving on is my SNES pick, which is Choco Island. So I just picked, I don't really care which one, if it's Choco Island 1 or 2, but I just decided to go for the sake of the video. I decided to pick Choco Island 2, just because it's a little bit harder, it's got more turns and stuff, and it's got that big like mud pit in the middle, which the first one doesn't have. So I just figured it'd be a little bit more of a challenge, as the first Choco Island is a little bit more simple, I think. I think the tracks get a little bit harder as you go through in Super Mario Kart. Yeah. I don't expect to see this one. Okay, so there's only one more SNES track coming according to the prefix leak, and apparently it's going to be in the next wave, so in Wave 5. For the longest time, I thought it would be Vanilla Lake, but I actually think I might be wrong. I think it's going to be SNES Bowser Castle, one of the Bowser Castles. Apparently, it's going to be Bowser Castle 3. That's what a lot of people are saying, because SNES Bowser Castle 3, I think it was the 3rd one, was just remade in Tour, and apparently it's a really great remake. Like, apparently, I haven't really seen it explicitly, but I saw a little bit of it on YouTube and someone talking about it. It actually does look really cool. It's just that I remember way back when Wave 1 came out, there were ads in Coconut Mall and there were ads on Shroom Ridge about Vanilla Lake and Dino Dino Jungle. So I thought for sure we would get both those tracks. Now I still think we will get Dino Dino Jungle from Double Dash in the next 2 waves, but this whole time I thought for sure we would get Vanilla Lake. But Vanilla Lake is a pretty basic track, like both Vanilla Lake 1 and 2, and damn, like hell, I actually would love to see that. The SNES Bowser Castle 3 remake that they just put in Tour does look amazing. So and we don't have any Bowser Castle. We don't have a retro Bowser Castle in Mario Kart 8 yet at all. So it would make sense to put that one in there. It's just weird because they teased it. Like, there's signs of Vanilla Lake. So, I mean, it could still be Vanilla Lake. Maybe they'll put Vanilla Lake in the Booster Course Pass and they'll save, like, the SNES Bowser Castle until, like, Mario Kart 9 or something. But who knows what they'll do. I guess we'll have to wait and see. But, yeah, check it out if you haven't. Like, just search up a YouTube video of the SNES Bowser Castle remake in Tour, because it actually looked really cool. Alright, and let's move on to my next pick here. Right, so the next cup, or the next race that I have on my wish list is DS's Luigi's Mansion. Now that's the second last track I have here for the Cherry Cup. Now the last track that I have here is 3DS's Maka Woohoo. And just like the tour track, and like I said at the top of the video, I won't be playing it because I don't have any way to capture the footage from my 3DS, so I'll be skipping it. But just imagine that after I play Luigi's Mansion, I play 3DS's Maka Woohoo. Or just make a note of that for what's part of my wish list. Now I tried to end each of the cups and the whole wave in general with like a grand track, because that's kind of what they've been doing. They usually end the DLC and each of the cups with like a really, like, with a fan favorite or the most popular. And Maka Woohoo from the 3DS is just such a great track. It honestly, like with the Wii Sports Resort music in the background, there's 2 tracks in 3DS that take place on that island. But I think Maka Woohoo, that's the one where you have that big gliding section at the end with the sunset, so it looks beautiful. I don't expect to see either of the Wii Sport Resort tracks in the Booster Course Pass, but I really hope we see one of them again late, like in Mario Kart 9 or in the future. I think the other one was called Woohoo Loop or something. But anyway, yeah, those are really great tracks. So this will be the last race that I actually play in the video. This is also a pretty cool track. So this mansion looks from the outside exactly similar to, well, Luigi's Mansion from the GameCube game. Really love that. That original Luigi's Mansion was one of my favorite GameCube games growing up, and it actually scared me like as a kid, because I was pretty young when I played it. So, you know, I don't think I wouldn't be scared today, but like as a kid, like even though it was like cartoony ghosts and stuff, like Luigi's Mansion 1 was a little dark, I'd say, you know, like theme-wise and stuff, and the sound design and whatnot. I mean, it's pretty cool though. Like it's a fun game. I should go back and play it. Actually, I've thought about doing a Let's Play of the original Luigi's Mansion on this channel, but maybe later in the year, closer to Halloween. So maybe I would start like in September or something, so that it would finish around Halloween. So I don't know if let me know if that sounds something like you'd be interested in. But I have, because I've always, for the last little while, I've wanted to go back and maybe replay the original Luigi's Mansion. But yeah, so if I do like a Let's Play of it, that would give me an excuse to like actually go back and like replay the whole game. So I think I might do that. I might do that like later this year on this channel, but we'll see. I don't remember if this track was remade in Tour. It might have been. It might have been, yeah, but I'm not certain. Maybe not. But I don't think we'll see in the Booster Course Pass. Okay, got one more lap here. Yeah, even the paintings in here, when you get inside the mansion, are, a lot of these paintings are for, like, oh, hold on. Well, that one's just a Boo. Okay, that's the baby that you fight. I think there's more. Like, if you still, I'm going a little too fast, because I don't want to lose, but I'm pretty sure that there's other paintings, because that baby is the first, like, big boss fight. Like, he's the third ghost that you kill, like, the third boss in Luigi's Mansion, but he's also like the first like big boss. Like the whole, you don't even fight him in the mansion, like the whole, you're like transported to like an arena. Yeah, pretty cool. I love how these trees just walk around too. It's like, hey. Okay, and looks like I got first in this one, so that's pretty good. All right, and those are pretty much, and then yeah, after this one, like I said, 3DS, Maka Woohoo, and then that makes up the 8 tracks that are just part of my wish list that I'd like to see come back at some point in Mario Kart. So once again from the top, the 8 tracks that I put on my wish list for Mario Kart 8 Wave 5. First we have the Feather Cup, I have N64 DK Jungle Parkway, GBA Cheap Cheap Island, Mario Kart Wii's Dry Ruins, and finishing it off with GameCube Nintendo's Wario Coliseum. And then my Cherry Cup, I have Two-Word Piranha Plant Slide, SNES Choco Island 2, DS Luigi Mansion, and finishing off the whole wave with the amazing 3DS Maka Woohoo. Don't really expect to actually see most of those tracks, but that's okay. That's what a wish list is all about. Yeah. Anyway, that is going to be all for today's video. I will be back on Monday for another episode of... Well, first I'll be back Sunday. I still haven't decided if I'll start Uncharted 2, the hardcore Uncharted 2 series right away. Because I just beat Uncharted 1 last Sunday. I played through the entirety of Uncharted on the crushing difficulty. So I finally beat it last Sunday, and I said I would do the whole series. So I'm not sure if I'll start Uncharted 2 on Sunday or if I'm going to wait a little bit, but I'm leaning towards starting it. So I'll probably just be starting Uncharted 2 on Sunday on the crushing difficulty. Should be a lot of fun. Uncharted 2 is great. Like, I love all the Uncharted games, but I think 1's definitely the weakest. I still love Uncharted 1, but I think it'll get a little bit more interesting from here on out. So look forward to that on Sunday. And then Monday, I'll be back for another episode of Mario Maker Monday. And then I'm not sure what I'll be doing next Wednesday, but I'll be back next Wednesday for something. If you're still here, thanks so much for watching to the end. Hopefully I'll see you next time, and have a great day.